Alright, good morning everyone. Just want to see how the mic sounds. How we sounding? Hello, can you guys hear me alright? Mic is good? Alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure I didn't hear anything. I know it was a little bit of a delay. Alright guys, so what is up? Back on YouTube today. Every Tuesday we will be live over on YouTube. And yeah, Sterling, if you don't mind too, man, just throwing a link over in, if you have the other chat pulled up on the website, just throw a link in there. I'm sure there's a couple people thinking we're on the website today. So if you don't mind, appreciate that. Or if anyone's on it. Cool. Alright guys, so yeah. I know I started a little late this morning, so let's hop into things quickly here. So we do have some low floats this morning, right? Looking at the board here, what am I seeing right off the bat? I'm seeing SJ 2 million of float stock. I'm seeing BTX 1 million of float stock. Both trading very good volume in the pre-market, right? Both of them are in multiple float rotations this morning. So these two stocks will be my main watch today. BTX and SJ will be my main watches today. PHUN, a toxic ticker. Honestly, this one higher the better for a potential short opportunity. I didn't take any locates on it, but we'll see if it offers any sort of opportunity here on PHUN. Still want to be careful though. It is a Bitcoin related name, but historically this one has been a big time fader in the past. Also looking at the daily chart here, just recently traded 173 million shares about a month ago, so you definitely have some bag here. So you have some good supply on this one on PHUN. Overall pre-market volume is very poor on that one on PHUN. But alright, let's go into SJ. SJ is going to be my main watch today, main interest this morning. Why is that? One, trading, good amount of volume this morning on SJ. Also, it has NFT related news, which has been, the hottest news in the market right now. Anything related to NFTs has been going crazy. Also had, I believe that had something to do with, let me just double check, strategic alliance with Snip to launch loyalty and reward system to explore Bitcoin NFT rewards for approximately 250,000 users and 300,000 broadcasts. All right, so using their existing platform to integrate, Bitcoin and NFT rewards. So NFT related news and Bitcoin related rewards for their live stream viewers, whatever they have, their broadcasters, whatever they do on SJ. But again, that's all we really care about. We just care about that headline. What is it saying? Bitcoin related, NFT related. That's really all we need to know. And then looking here at the filings, not really seeing too much dilution here on SJ as well. So looking good from in terms of the headline. Filings don't look too bad as well here on SJ, and it's trading some really good volume this morning and has a low float stock. So I mean that's kind of the breakdown here on SJ. Now let's look at the daily chart. Has this thing gone on any form of rips before in the past? No. And what do you notice about SJ? It's a very thinly traded name. So it's kind of gonna trade like trying to think of some past names, maybe like a PEC, PECK, maybe a WAFU. So again, it's very thin here. Doesn't trade many shares. So this thing can get pretty rangy, which you do want to be careful of. It's good and bad at the same time. You want to make sure you're on the right side of things because this again could flush out $1.50 on you very quickly if it goes the wrong way. So just be mindful of the range that this thing may have this morning. When playing it or if playing it here in SJ. So what would be the plan here on SJ this morning for myself? Let's map out some levels really quickly. We'll map out this 12, I would say like 12.10 here, probably backside level. map out this $14 area. Had a little trouble getting above it, bounced here, had trouble getting over there. It's that $14 line, going to be a key level. Also want to map out this $13 line as well. Bounced here, bounced here, bounced here, bounced here. So map out 13. So I'd say $14, $13 here, $12 here on SJ. Wouldn't mind seeing it, have a flush out of the gates. Retest pre-market highs around 15, fails, comes back on down, and then reclaims that $14 area here on SJ. Again, we'll see, what the levels look like heading into the open. I expect this thing to have some big time range on it, so it could very well push up to, $16, $17 out of the gates. Come back in, reclaim. So again, a lot of scenarios can play out here on SJ, but I want to be ready for it. This one would be like a, I could see this one being like a 10 a.m. Wash, trap, and squeeze pattern. So I'll be watching within like that 9:45 to 10:15 area for a potential wash, trap, and squeeze pattern on it. That's what I would be expecting here. And I actually really do hope it happens because I do have a meeting today, guys, so I won't be able to stream too long today. So it would be nice to see if this thing could happen early as well. Alright, guys, that's it for SJ BTX. Will be our secondary watch here, and I still like this name. I still like this name on BTX. Yes, it doesn't have the Bitcoin or NFT related headline towards it, but again, still a 1 million of float stock. I mean, this thing has a lower float than SJ. It's not trading like it though. It's trading a little bit thicker, but again, still still has a relatively low float, and it's doing much better volume than SJ. So around 11 million shares. I mean, it says, around 1 million here. I mean, shares outstanding is only 3. So, again, looking a little bit thicker. But, again, we'll see if that could, thin up heading into the open here on BTX. But, yeah, headline on this one was they appointed a new CEO of the company. This guy, Howard J. Fredoff. As far as filings on this thing, no dilution I'm seeing. I'm seeing an S3 that expired. So no dilution here, no active filings here on BTX, which is great. Don't have to worry about some overhead supply being sold into today from the filings here. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much the breakdown on it. No dilution. Headline was appointed a new CEO. Overall volume's good and multiple float rotations here. The only thing though, it did have a pretty overextended move. Right, went from $4 all the way up to $8, almost 9. Actually hit 9.58. Pre 7 a.m. Hours here on BTX. So pretty overextended move. It's still a low float, so I would consider it for a wave 1. But I want to see a really solid trap on it first on BTX, and I think an ideal time for this thing would be maybe between 10:30. But again, we'll see how it looks once that 9:45 a.m. time frame rolls around. And guys, that's gonna be it. Market's about to open here, so I do want to get ready. I went over PHUN a little bit, have a more of a short bias on PHUN this morning on that one. And then I did have some liquidity trap watches. BNTC to still keeping an eye on. We had a nice trade yesterday on CEMI. I'll go over that trade a little bit later. And then VTSI, one I'm just keeping a little bit of an eye on. To see if this thing could curl back the next few days. I don't expect those two to run today. I'm thinking potentially maybe later this week we could see those set up, so we'll just continue to monitor them. Alright guys, that's it. SJ in the top, bottom we'll keep BTX. And then we'll go from there. So we got BTX. Alright guys, so market should be opening up any second here. There we go, 9:30. So market is open. I don't know what's going on with the scanners here, guys. It's kind of weird. Scanners aren't really rolling here. I don't know what's going on with trade ideas. I did get an email update from them. Hoping I didn't miss anything that was important. It said some sort of notice update, some sort of update. So I do have to check into that. I don't know if you guys have trade ideas as well. Was there any sort of email notice? I didn't read through the whole email. But I hope it wasn't anything that I had to get on right away. Let me just try to refresh it. Alright, so yeah, trade days isn't going today, guys. It's just me, or any of you guys have trade ideas at all? All right, it's no big deal. I mean, we have the penny stock gainers and losers working. And again, really only watching SJ and BTX, so yeah, not too bad. It's not like it's a day where we're really relying on scanners too much. So let's keep more of an eye on these two names this morning. So let's see how we looking out of the gate. So BTX here did have a morning pop to around 850 into a stuff move right back down to $8. SJ did have a flush there, sub 14. Now getting a bit of a pop back up over 14 now on SJ. So now SJ coming right back into the highs here. Trading pennies, yours is fine. All right, there we go. It looks like it's back up here. All right. I guess it was just a little bit of a lag there on trade ideas, but looks like we're back up here. Cool. All right, guys. So BTX staying pretty heavy here. Staying pretty heavy here on BTX. I did notice that early on, in the pre-market. I didn't really watch it in after hours. I wasn't around yesterday in after hours, but from the looks of it on pre-market, it's just been really heavy price action. And when you look at that, I mean, just ask yourself, does this look like a 1 million in float stock? It does not. Definitely staying heavy on that one. We'll see if it could change. I'm not ruling it out for a trade. My backside line is going to be around 725, 750-ish on it. I do have 750 on it, but you could say 725, but I think 750 is a better level for a backside line on that one. So again, until that level really stays heavy, until it fails at that 750 level and stays heavy below, still will be on radar, still will be on watch for me. So SJ would be nice. SJ would be nice if it could flush out a little bit here. If SJ could, maybe retest, that upper $12 area, that would be nice. I feel like if it stays range bound from here, could have a chance of, ripping through the highs and getting a little bit too high for us. So I would like to see, one more little flush, trap a little bit more, and then give us a swipe around like 10-ish. That'd be nice. BTX, a little bit of a perk here. A little bit of a perk up to VWAP here. I look in the short PHUN. I did write down on my pre-market a plan on it that I have a more of a short bias on it. Did meet a lot of checkpoints in the short list, but now I'm peaking that volume. I'm like, wow, that's some big time volume right there on PHUN. So you may want to be a little careful here. Again, it could work against you, right? I mean, it's just been a very tricky short market the past year. I mean, I haven't been shorting as well as I used to. Just a lot of things are squeezing now. Everything you think is a short ends up being a squeeze, right? And manipulators taking advantage of that, right? PHUN locates aren't too bad here on PHUN for myself here, and if that's like that at all these brokers and there's cheap locates and does have Bitcoin related news and volume's good, it could very well squeeze, right? There we go. There's a new high there on PHUN. PHUN, ripping there over pre-market highs. Yeah, so these were the levels I written down here, right over pre-market highs, right around this 250 area. So we'll see how it looks around this 250 area. Let's see if it gives a good stuff move here on some high volume. Or let's see if it's going to start to hold this 240 area. I'll put it on the bottom level 2 here on PHUN. Give it a watch. Alright, so there's a little bit of a stuff move there, guys. A little bit of a stuff move there on some volume on PHUN. You guys can see the heavy volume stuff there. So this is where It could give an opportunity here on PHUN. So let's see how it's going to look after that stuff move. I would say 225. 225 is more that safe level, right? You know, it could still trap above 225. PHUN could still trap and squeeze here. So 225 would be that safe level. You know, this could be maybe like starter type entry, and then it could be, you know, add below that 225 mark to kind of confirm. All right, guys. So PHUN. Just don't really trust it. Just don't really trust it on PHUN. Just, you know, I can see this thing being short crowded, easy to borrow. You know, bash name, history of fading. I just see it being a little too short crowded for my liking here on PHUN. I mean, again, it could 100% work. It could 100% work. But personally, for myself, I'd rather wait for a better setup to get into. And I don't think this is a bad setup at all. You know, had the stuff move, broke over pre-market highs. You know, couldn't hold that 240 area. Now failing. Now all you really need to see is that 225 level prove, and you could, you know, really start to, you know, hammer in potentially. You know, again, I'm speaking hypothetically from a short side of things. As far as other names, BTX fading, that one's staying heavy. BTX just didn't really have that price action, right? So BTX had good criteria, right? It had a 1 million afloat stock, you know, it had some good overall volume, but just never had that price action towards it, right? And the same thing with you know, as far as overall volume on it, right? It had good pre-market volume, but what happened to the volume you know, since the market opened? Just wasn't there. Wasn't there on BTX. So again, still never cracked that 750 line, but again, just looking extremely weak BTX this morning. SJ, yeah, SJ having a little bit of a fail here, which is good. You know, I don't mind this action on SJ here, to be honest. I feel like this one needed a pretty decent trap. I feel like SJ needed a pretty decent trap, just because of the good headline on it. And again, say what you want about NFTs, you know, like them or not. It's just hot right now, so you know, so you gotta say that's a, you know, a buzz PR, right? It's a buzz PR, and you know, you could have a lot of shorts, you know. What was that, Preston? Filings don't back 1 million afloat. Where'd you post that? I could definitely see that. To be honest, it just didn't look like a 1 million afloat at all to me. Yeah, I may have missed your message there, dude. Man, someone needs to create a website that just gives you accurate float, man. I would pay heavy money for that, to be honest. Just very valuable information, and the pain in the ass going through some of these filings to just get that float info. Yeah, I didn't see it, man. I must have must have lost the message there. Oh, okay, there it is. Appreciate it, dude. 20 million. Okay. A little higher than I thought. Yeah. Yeah, a little higher than I thought. Honestly, if I had to guess, the eyeball test on it, I would maybe send between 8 to 12 million on it if I had to guess. But appreciate it, dude. Thanks for clearing that up for some of us. Not a 1 million to float stock. Alright, so let's see what else we got here, guys. I want to make sure we're not missing anything here. ACY. ACY has been an interesting one here. Continuing to run on ACY. Multi-day mover here. TH. Light volume pump there. AREI. WEI. Alright, guys, so that's really it. I'm really just going to be watching SJ. I want to see if SJ can get any sort of swipe towards it. Oh, look at that, guys. BTX with a big swipe here. BTX with a big swipe here. Low volume, but that's a nice looking candle right there on BTX. Thank you, Sterling. I was just about to post that in Discord as well. So BTX with a bit of a swipe. So again, guys, let's see how it reacts after the swipe here. Let's see if it's going to start to hold this 8-8-10 area on BTX. So I'm hoping SJ could do something similar to this guy. So I'm watching SJ. I just want to see if this one could potentially get a swipe towards it. Within the next, 15 to 20 minutes there on SJ. Came right down to that, that $13 line. Never really broke down. So I do want to see if that one can get some sort of swipe towards it. Definitely interested. BTX, guys. BTX with a big time swipe now. Secondary swipe here on BTX. So this one's starting to rip now on BTX, guys. So let's definitely keep a close eye on this one on BTX at the moment. VWAP is that right around that 820 level. So let's see if it can give a pullback and start to potentially hold this area now on BTX. The only tricky thing with this thing is, we don't really know the float on this thing. I mean, I do trust, obviously, Preston, with the 20 million, but it looks a little bit lower at the same time. We don't know 100% sure, what's the exact float on it. But yeah, we do know that, it's putting in some better volume here at the moment now on BTX. Wow, look at that. Brutal. Talk about a nasty, nasty stuff move right there. I mean, that's a very nasty stuff move. My goodness, right there. Almost right into the lows now. Wow. My goodness. That's got to be one. That's probably one of the nastiest stuffs I've probably seen in the whole entire year, to be honest. I can't recall seeing a nastier stuff move. That's toxic. That may deserve a toxic ticker list, to be honest, guys. I mean, that may just deserve a spot on the toxic ticker list just off that move right there. Jeez. Anyone short that? Anyone able to short that move? I mean, look at it, it's still going, guys. Did they just drop an offering or something? I mean, that is some nasty stuff right there. Someone just cashed in big time there. Yeah. Because I'm not seeing anything that came out. Oh, I hope no one got caught in that. I mean, that's brutal right there on BTX. You can even see SJ start selling a little bit off that. That's how brutal that was. Still going, still selling off here on BTX. My goodness. Wow. Yeah, it's one of those, death candles, right? We talk about, death candle where it's just almost no coming back from it, right? So, yeah, someone was cashing in big time. Someone was definitely cashing in big time there on BTX. But I would definitely say that's the nastiest stuff I've seen of 2021 so far. Alright, guys. So, right now, not really seeing too much. Not really seeing too much at the moment. BTX, that one's done after that. SJ, never cracked that 1250 line. So, still has a chance there in SJ. I still have interest in it. It's been my favorite play since pre-market for a potential long on it. Just hasn't set up for me just yet. So, obviously, you don't want to force things. Needed to set up for me to get involved with on the long side. ACY multi-day runner doing its thing on ACY, holding trend nicely here on that one. ARAI, ARAI, 23 million, a little bit higher. Just kind of looking. Sometimes we've been seeing these low to high setups on some of these names that aren't really gappers. We've been talking about those low to high setups a lot recently because we have been seeing them. So this could potentially be a candidate for one on ARAI. So we would probably just want to see a massive volume bar here, pushing over 2 on some high volume. It's going to potentially set up as one, so let's keep an eye on it. TH, yeah, guys. So not really too much. So BTX done. SJ, we're still keeping SJ on watch, and then we keep an eye on ACY and ARAI. See if these two continue to have some momentum towards it. So I'll put ARAI on the bottom. Is an Amex ticker, just a heads up on that one. Let me check if there's any sort of news on it. Let me just pull up Filings Pro and check out AIRI. Yep. Announced a $6 million purchase order for landing gear. Alright, so this one does have a headline. Appreciate it, Stock Block. ARI is being pumped by Atlas Chatroom. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, they're definitely a group, guys, you want to keep an eye on too. I mean, they have a lot of influence, a lot of power too. They have some some of the bigger hitters there. They like to really soak up the float pretty well. So definitely a room where we want to know what they're keeping an eye on as well. So yeah, I mean, you could see anyways, right? Whether Atlas Room, well, we know they're involved with it, but let's just say we didn't know. That's not the type of volume you want to see, right? If this is gonna make a low to high setup, what was yesterday's, guys? What was yesterday's? It was at XELB, right? I think XELB yesterday. Let's just look at how this one performed, right? When it started to make that move. So it had that wash, wrap, and squeeze pattern. So look at the volume, right? Low, very low volume, super low volume, very low. And it started getting higher. And it started really, coming in here over that whole dollar number. And then stayed really strong. First pull back the view up, ripped to 4. PHUN, guys, sneaky. I forgot to go over that one. Got lost here in the it's weird. I don't know why it didn't pop up here, PHUN. Just disappeared from the top gainers and losers there. Actually, speaking of PHUN, there we go. There's the big fell follow through move right there. So fell follow through there on PHUN. Heavy stuff move there on PHUN. So nasty move right there. So we're seeing a lot of stuff moves, guys. Seeing a lot of stuff moves this morning on some of these names. All right, SJ, a little bit of a bounce there off that backside line. Yeah, exactly right, Dreambox. Is the reason why it's on the list, and I think BTX may earn a spot on the list. There's only one gap though. Actually, I'll give it one more shot on BTX, but very toxic price action on that one. SJ, guys, you don't want to forget about this one on SJ. I don't want to forget about this one. This swing is a very low float. Had NFT news, so if this thing, if SJ starts to get some momentum towards it, you'll have big time retail crowded longs chasing this thing up. So I just want to see if you could give us any sort of swipe move here on SJ. Alright guys, so just watching SJ here. Yes, volume is a little light on this push, but at the same time, you gotta remember this is a teeny float here. Very tiny float here on SJ. So it doesn't need as much volume as, you know, a typical name may need. At the same time, just be careful. As I spoke about in the pre-market, you know, just one flush could drop at $1 per share. So just be careful with your sizing on this one. So let's see, guys. Our key level on this one is going to be that $14 line on SJ. Still hasn't gotten above that $14 line. And just looking left here, had a little trouble around 1350-ish. So again, I could consider a starter. You know, if 1350s could start to prove a little bit, could consider a starter on it and add over 14. But again, let's, you know, still give it a little time here. You know, still hasn't gotten over that 1350 mark just yet. So just want to, you know, continue to monitor it and just keep an eye. We are coming up to around 10 o'clock as well, so coming into that time frame where, you know, I would like to see it potentially happen fairly soon here. Again, no rush. I mean, if it happens later, that's, you know, not a big deal, but it would be nice if it could happen soon. So let's continue to watch it here. PHUN continuing to stay heavy on that one after that fell follow-through action there on that one. SJ. Alright, SJ may look like they may have pulled the plug there in SJ, so not looking like it's happening right now, guys, on SJ, or may not be happening at all. Cause there's a bit of a rug pull right there. Looks like it's, you know, gonna make some new lows right here as well. So, all right, guys. So looks like a big morning of faders, right? Just a very long trappy morning. BTX starting off with the trappiness on the long side. PHUN as well. Now SJ pulling the plug right here. Still never cracked 1250, but again, I don't expect this to go right, you know, right in the near future after that, you know. But hey, anything is possible. But you know, looks like that one may be wanting some more downside on there. But yeah, guys, looking like a bit of a rough morning here as far as momentum on the long side, right? How is the overall the overall markets looking? Yeah, SPY squeezing out. So having a, you know, overall markets having a great day. SPY finally got over that $400 mark. Continuing to move on up here. I think the job reports were coming out today. With some sort, I think we're expecting some sort of economic news today. All right, guys. Let's see. What are you guys up to? Any trades? How's your days going? BTX to the moon. Wish I could say that, man, but just not looking too good. Good for you here, buddy. BTX just staying super heavy. Tons of longs got bagged there. Things on life support right now. Oh wow, yeah, thank you. Chill out. Yeah, SGA, I just saw, man. Right back at 13 bucks. So interesting there. Interesting on SJ. I thought we were gonna break down that 1250 line and start to fade off here, but not going away just yet. So interesting. So let's continue to keep an eye on it on SJ here. A normal reaction to that move right there would have been a breakdown of support there, but maybe they are supporting it here on SJ. So I do have some interest in here, guys, on SJ. So I want to continue to watch it closely here. Yeah, I agree, bro. I think it should have died there as well. I honestly took my eye off for a second. I thought it was done. Took my eye off for just a minute and right back up here. So just want to see a little bit more strength, just a little bit more strength here on SJ. I like how it didn't die there, which it should have. Not coming right back up to some of these levels it was just trading at moments ago. But I just need to see some sort of swiping action, some sort of signs of some good strength here to show me that, all right, this thing, they want to move this thing higher, and to really get me excited to take a long on it. It's that moment of fear when shorts start to feel that moment of fear when you start to get that fluctuation of the price. I haven't gotten that just yet. Yep. Sterling. Yeah, I know that's you, man. All right, guys. SJ with a bit of a swipe here. I did take a starter here. I did take a starter here on SJ off the swipe move. So I am in on the trade here. Do want to see if it's going to start to push here over 14. It is a lower float one, so I am playing the swipe move here. Usually I like to wait for a pullback and support, but, I am playing the swipe move here. So I do want to look to add here on SJ. I do want to look to add here, if we can start to get this move on up. Let's see. So any sort of pullbacks, we want 1350, guys. We want 1350 to be our level of support here. So we want to see 1350s hold here on the bids. I did get some mid 1330s. Did get some long. Got about a little bit over half size on this one so far, but I would like to, get up, some more shares here on SJ. So let's see if I can look to add here. All right, so we haven't broken over that $14 line just yet, but I am keeping a close eye on it here. Target, guys, would be over the highs, as a target would be over the highs here on SJ. I could definitely see some circuits play into here on SJ as well. Could see some circuit halts, but again, let's just stay locked in here. Let's see here. All right, so we haven't gotten over 14 just yet here. SJ hasn't got over $14 just yet. Same thoughts. We still want to see 1350s hold at, any sort of pullbacks. You want to see 1350s defend. Nice. Here we go. Some, nice little push here. Let's see if we're going to start to break out over this $14 line. Very nice. There's 14s on the offers. You guys can see very rangy. Look at this, guys. Very rangy here. So we just went down to 1330, right back up to 1380. So this thing's got some serious range on it, which, we knew that this was definitely going to be a little bit of a rangier one. That's why I did take a little bit of an earlier starter there in that 1330 area. Just kind of knowing the fact, if I'm getting in full size here at 14, it could get a little bit dangerous, right? So ultimately, we do want to see 1350s hold here, guys. If it's going to make a move in the near term here, you need to see the 1350 mark hold. Definitely a lot of range here, jumping around here on the tape. So let's see if it's going to start to break on up soon here for us. All right, here's another retest here of $14 on SJ. We haven't seen that big time volume come in just yet, right? We haven't seen that big time volume come in just yet. Did have a nice little swipe move here when I entered, but just haven't seen that massive volume just yet, which I do think is going to come in soon. Just haven't seen it just yet. All right, here we go, guys. Here's another test of 14. Just not having that firepower just yet at 14. Let's see if it's going to start to come in here. You guys can see it's a little trouble at 14 here. But let's see if it's going to start to, power through here on SJ. I will look to add some more size if it can. All right, we're right here, guys. We're right here on SJ. Let's see what's going to give it to us. Would like to get at least another 2,000 shares here on SJ if I can. Alright, so it's taking a little longer here, guys. Taking a little longer. A little bit more consolidation here on SJ. So we want to see it start to thin up a little bit, right? It hasn't really... Every time it comes up to 14, you guys can see it starts to get a little heavier. So we want to see it start to thin up around this $14 area. But I like how it's still holding for us. Alright, so right at 14 now. It's having some trouble. Having a little trouble there at 14. There's definitely a little bit of a seller there, right? A little bit of a seller at that $14 mark. But again, still holding well in the dips, right? It's holding nicely here. Starting to build power here, right, on SJ. Just needs a little bit more of a volume surge, at that $14 line. All right, here we go, Dash. Here's a $14 push here. So I did add some there, guys. I did add some here on SJ. Did add on SJ. Let's see if it's going to start to push over the highs now. Let's see, SJ. Come on, let's do it. See some circuits. Very nice here, guys. There's 1470s on SJ. Got full size on the trade here. Let's see. Again, guys, target will be over the highs here. I want to see if we get a circuit halt. I'm thinking we could, they could halt it here. Let's see. Come on, SJ. So my new stop loss, guys, not a stop loss. I will have a break even. We'll have a break even mark here, or even if it comes near my entry. My entry did move up to 1370s now, so I do have a 1370, 1371 average now on SJ here. And I did get full size in the trade, so let's see. Come on, SJ, let's start the work here. Even over 15 is not a bad area to lock some in, guys. Even if this thing starts to break over 15 here. So we didn't get that halt there. We didn't get that circuit halt there on SJ. I would have loved to have seen a circuit halt there. Kind of thought there would be one, to be honest, but it's fine. Let's see if we're going to get this $15 break coming up here. Come on, SJ. You come this far. You come this far, SJ. Let's just give us a little bit more here. Give the team a little bit more here. Want to see some 15s. Want to see some 15s here, SJ. Let's kick off this Tuesday. Thank you. Circuit levels over the highs. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my DOS one. I think I like reset my platform and I lost my circuits. I don't know what happened there. I gotta look to fix that. 'Cause I used to have the numbers. Used to have the circuit levels. All right, come on, SJ. Let's get a little bit of a push here. The desk will be raised here if we get over this $15 mark. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. There's a $15 touch right at 15 here. Gonna raise the desk a little bit here on SJ here. Come on, SJ. All right, did sell some here, guys. Did sell some into that 1490, right into 15. I'm still holding majority of my shares, but I did sell some there. A little clap right there. We did tap 15. It was kind of a love tap right there. Hit $15. Just so I was having a little trouble getting over that 15, so I did take some there around 1490s. I had a couple trades like that where, just over, a couple cents, just didn't lock in. Just wanted to lock some in right there on SJ right around that $15 mark. So not bad. Not bad at all here. But still, I'm still holding majority of shares here, so I do want to be patient with the rest. I'm thinking we could get up to that $16 mark. If 1450s can continue to hold here, guys, I'm thinking we could see upwards of $16 here on SJ. Wait 1 second, guys. I don't know if it was an error. One of my stocks says $3. One of my OTCs. Oh, it must have been an error. Etrade playing games with me. It said one of my OTCs was up 3,000%. Freaking Etrade, man. I got hyped. I have 200k shares of that thing too. Guess it was an error. All right, guys, coming back up to 15 here. All right, here we go, guys. Breaking over 15 now. Come on, SJ. Let's continue to work here. Kicking off this first trade on YouTube. in a nice way here. So again, guys, be smart. Make sure you guys are locking in along the way. If you guys are trading this, on SJ, we did get over that $15 mark. First target has been hit. The rest, I will be looking for over the highs, so strength over the highs. The highs at 15.50. I'm thinking we can get up to that $16 mark here on SJ. So yeah, no matter what here, SJ, I'm walking away here in the green on this setup here on SJ. I would say if it cracks below 14, I will exit the rest of the trade. So we'll exit the rest if 14 cracks here. So yeah, guys, so far I locked around 3.5 R in. Locked around 3.5 R in on the trade. I just want to see if it give us a little bit more. I want to see if it give us a little bit more here on SJ. 100%. Thank you, Sterling. No one should be buying up here. Nice, Sterling. You're up 6R. Yeah, I was up around, overall I was up around like about 7R when it got up to like 14.90, and I locked in about half. Locked in around half. You have about 6K. I had about 6K overall shares from like 1370 here. What's going on, Nathan? Missed my entry into the trade. Were you going to buy a VWAP or another strategy for entry? No, I'm not looking for another entry on it. I'm just going to sit on my position here. For my strategy, the entries were already gone, To me, it's a little too late for my type of trading to get in now. So I'll just be sitting on my position. You're all out, Sterling? Alright, cool. Nice, dude. Sorry, I meant, were you entering based on VWAP or something else? It's just my watch trap and squeeze pattern. I had a plan pre-market on this for, a wave 1 pattern between 9:45 and what I say, guys, like 10:15 around there for this one on SJ. I could get really in depth to it, but just to keep it simple, I mean, just for this type of setup, based on, the criteria on it, the float structure and pre-market volume. I had this one as a wave 1 pattern. I go over it more in one of my videos on the website. But yeah, I mean, my entry was really based on, this swipe move right here. So I was a starter type entry on it. I just saw this one as the range being so wide on it when it started to move that, if I was buying full size here at 14, it's been a lot of risk, right? I mean, think about it. If I got 6K shares here at 14, my max R is around 3.5 R's. I mean, this thing could have had an easy 50-cent pullback, and my max loss would have been hit. So it just didn't make sense for me to size in full size here around 14. So I started in here on a swipe move here, about a little bit over half size, and then I looked to add the rest there over 14 as it broke over VWAP, and shorts were kind of in that panic mode, right? So yeah, I mean, those were the entries. It was a swipe move here, and then it was just high volume break above 14 over VWAP there on SJ. So, and yeah, that was really what the entries were based on. And target was $15. Sold some there upper 1490s, and the rest I'm looking for a break over the high days, ideally into 16s. Chill out, nice. 13.29 for you. Didn't add. Nice, Neon Halt, your biggest gain ever. It's awesome. Alright, guys, I do have to run soon, though. Like I said, I do have a meeting today. I'm actually really happy the timing on this as well. That happened when it did, because I may have missed it, to be honest, if it happened a little later. So I will give it another 5 minutes or so here, probably 5 or 10 minutes. So if you guys have any questions for me these next 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so, just let me know. I'm still in the trade, still have about half size here. You have a stop in below 14, and I have an exit target of, really just strength over the highs. I want to see how it's going to look when we break over the highs here on SJ, or if it breaks over the highs. Alright guys, so I'm going to get going in just a minute here. Awesome trade so far on SJ. No matter what happens, I'll be walking away with at least, even if it does crack 14, I'll be at least making, 4R on the overall trade, which is solid. Great way to start off April. Yesterday, I forgot to post my trade from yesterday, guys, but I did make a 5R trade yesterday on CEMI. Just want to go over that one real quick before I get off. That was a really great setup from yesterday on CEMI. I mean, we thought this one was absolutely dead. A lot of us said this one's done. It's game over. And then, right around, when did I get it on this one? I have to look back, to be honest. I believe it was right around like this 10:45 mark. I had 540 price alert set on it. I remember I got in on the swipe move here on CEMI. I think I was risking 520 as my guide, or 525. Yeah, I think I was risking this little bit of this base area here, right around 520 on it. So I got in there 550s, 550s there on CEMI. And, target on this one was going to be over the high a day, right over the highs, Got over that $6 mark. Pretty much, honestly, this one was a bigger float, so I honestly just sold this one all over $6. I think I got at around, 615, 620 area, so I pretty much hit the high a day on that one. Yeah, it usually doesn't happen, but, got a little lucky there. Picked the top on that one on the sell side. And I made around a little under 5R on that one on the trade on SJ. So it was really just one in, one out. Had a guide, right? So I had a guide there. It was like 525, I believe, was my stop, or 520. So I got in there, 550. Risking about 30 cents on it, and I had a target there of 6 to 620 area. So yeah, it worked out nicely there yesterday on CEMI. And then today, SJ has been awesome. Look at that, guys. Right back over 15 here on SJ. So let's see. Maybe I'll hang around for a little longer here. Can't give it too much longer. Oh, there we go, guys. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, SJ. Coming up to our targets here, guys. Awesome. So I'll be sticking around a little longer here. We'll see, guys. We'll see if it's in the yard to get over 16 coming up here on SJ. I may just lock in like another 1,000 shares here, maybe 1,500 shares right here, just in case. Where we broke over the highs. Sometimes I like to walk into these moves. So yeah, I did sell some here, guys. Sold a little bit more here, right around this 1540 area. So awesome job here on this trade this morning. So I do have 1,500 shares left. So sold another 1,500 right there into that 1540s. We broke over the highs, was the target here. And the rest, we'll see if we can get over any sort of parabolic move. I'll give the rest a parabolic move. But yeah, I'm pretty much out majority now the trade. So out majority, just sold another half right there. Yeah, I don't think we're halting, Sterling. I don't think we're gonna see a halt. I mean, maybe. Oh, look at this, guys. There's 1580s now. So, I mean, they could really open this thing up, guys. I mean, we haven't really seen baseline volumes of over 1 million yet on it. I mean, they could really pump this thing pretty good. I mean, it's a very tiny float here. So, hey, maybe we do see some halts. We'll see. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, tomorrow we will be on the website, so you guys could check out a free trial down below. We do this every single day, Monday through Friday. Alex does options every single day. So if you guys are interested in options, we do both penny stocks and options. I mean, April has been starting off in an awesome way. There we go, guys. This needs to get a little higher now, guys. It's getting hot in here. Let's go. Hell yeah. Sterling, I think we may be getting halted here, dude. I think we may be getting halted now. Let's see. Yep. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Halted here, SJ. Awesome. Fired up here, guys, this morning. Big time monster trade. Hell yeah. Chill out. Big time trade. I'm kind of wishing I held those full 3,000s. This would have been like a big. I mean, it's still going to be a big winner. But it would have been nice if I held those 3,000 shares. I didn't sell that 1,500 lot just a couple minutes ago. Is what it is, though. Happy I still have something left. I mean, we're probably going to be seeing, 17s, 18s here on the open. Wow, 1350 out at 1683. It's a great trade. Heck yeah, that's a great trade. Awesome job. That's fantastic. So yeah, I mean, overall I locked in 6R. Overall I locked in 6R between those two cells. And just off this, I'm up 4.7R just on these 1,500 shares, so I'm already at 11R. It's already 11R trade so far. And this thing could be seeing another dollar or so, I mean, yeah, this could be a 13R win, maybe even higher. We'll see how much higher this thing could go. I mean, it's already a home run, trade, and we're only, what was it, the first week of April? So who was telling me the other day, Nick, you gonna be able to beat your March? Maybe. It's looking good so far. 5R yesterday, and today looking to make already over up 10R on today. Nice, trading pennies. You caught it too. Awesome job. Gotta get the lemon emojis going. F the meeting. I have a meeting at 11, yeah. It's with a lawyer, so I don't want to, can't ditch him. Not a guy you want to make angry. No, this should be good timing. I'm probably going to sell it over after the halt. I mean, I'm thinking maybe we see up mid-17s on it. I'll honestly be happy with that. I mean, that's the thing, guys. I mean, once you're up over 10R, I mean, how much greedier can you be? I mean, it's one trade. It's not like I made 10R between 3 trades or something, right? So, I mean, right now I'm up 11R. I mean, if I sold it right here, I'd make 11R around. And that's at 1685, so. They cost 400 now. You need some green. Yep. They aren't expensive. Don't make them wait. Oh, what time? We should be opening up any second here, guys. Right? Let's see what time we got halted. We got halted at 10:34. So yeah, 10:39. Hopefully this thing's not a 10-minute. I wouldn't be happy. It's a 10-minute halt. So let's see, guys. Should be opening up any second here if it's a 5-minute. So let's see. Come on, SJ. Let's be a 5-minute halt here. All right, yep, we are open here, guys. Wow, look at this, guys. Big time open here. All the way up to 18 bucks here on SJ. Monster open here, guys, on SJ. So yeah, guys, I did sell some here. And I'm all out. I'm all out here, guys, on SJ. I mean, how much how much more do I need here in SJ? I mean, come on. So I am all out of the trade here, guys, on SJ. There's an $18 break right there. That's a big time open here on SJ. And I got out pretty nicely there. I got out around 1780. So really, really nice on SJ here. I mean, we'll see how much higher this thing could go. I mean, this thing could easily see 20 bucks, but I mean, that's the thing, guys. You know, I'm happy with the overall trade. This is much higher than I originally wanted, right? I mean, I wanted, you know, over the highs, 1550s. I mean, you know, having a sell almost at 18 bucks, I mean, is a lot more than what I anticipated making. So, I mean, I'm really happy with the trade, and I'm all out, guys. So, great work this morning, guys. Awesome way to kick off the month of April here. I'm hyped. Yeah, that's what I was saying about this name, guys, right? I mean, what I say in the pre-market, I said this is the type of name where the headline on it could make it really retail crowded, man. You're going to have, you know, these Robinhood guys, these Webull guys saying, oh, the next NFT, this is the next TKAT. I don't want to miss the next TKAT. SJ is going to do exactly what TKAT did. I'm going to get in, I'm going to get in, I'm going to get in, right? And you have all these people chasing it, and, you know, it just creates this massive move, right? And this is even a lower float stock than TKT. TKT is around like 6 million, right? So I mean, this thing's only a 2 million afloat stock. So I mean, you're gonna have a lot of retailness chasing this move. We were on it early. We were in on the predictability areas, right? I mean, is this, you know, buying up here? I mean, there's really no edge up buying here. I mean, where we were buying, there was massive amounts of edge, right? I mean, you know, we pretty much called out this entire move in the pre-market, right? We said wave one move between 9:45 to 10:15. I want to see this thing have a flush out, come down to 12.50, give me a swipe move, and then reclaim $14. You guys could go back and look at the pre-market when I was going over this name, and that's exactly what I said on it, and it played out perfectly to my plan. And yeah, I mean, just makes me super happy to see, you know, trades work out like this. It's not even the money. I mean, it's just the overall execution of the trade was just perfect. And, you know, honestly, couldn't have, traded it better, to be honest, in my opinion. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it off on that note. I got to get going here. It's getting late here. So, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It was awesome getting a first trade back on YouTube. Sykes too was a nice win for us also. You know, first trade back on YouTube. If you guys want to, you know, tune in tomorrow, we'll be on the website, 7-day free trial. Great work today, guys. I'm going to head out. Peace.